Bootcamp fam. Bootcamp fam, this the name of the jam. This is a jam for the Bootcamp fam. Bootcamp fam, this the name of the jam. This is a jam for the Bootcamp fam. This is a jam for the Bootcamp fam. It's a jam for the Bootcamp fam. Bootcamp fam is the name of the jam.
Hold it, stop the music!
Ladies and gentlemen.
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 Can I please have your attention?
Now showtime, are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, let's go.
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me lies now, I always get mine. Don't play with me. Do you want it? Can you feel me? Can you handle it? Right? Do you want it? No, put your love on hold. I can't take it anymore. Put your love on me now. Trust me and you will see it. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Give me your love, no holding back, no. We could take it to the stars, where you wanna go. The things that we can do, don't need to prove you know. Honey, I got what you want. Yeah. Under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me no lies, I always get mine. Don't play with me. So do you want it? Do you want it? Can you feel me? Can you feel me now? Can you handle it? Alright. So do you want it? No, put your love on hold. I can't take it anymore.
Coming straight out of E-Camp. This is a jam for the E-Camp fam. E-Camp fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam for the E-Camp fam. E-Camp fam is the name of the jam. This is a jam for the E-Camp fam. This is a jam for the E-Camp fam. This is a jam for the E-Camp fam. E-Camp fam is the name of the jam.
Well, hello. How you guys doing today? Are you hanging in there? Is it a great day? I know for me, I'm sweating bullets. I got the lights blowing on me. And in fact, let me see if I can turn on a couple more of these lights so you can see me better. How's it going? So if you are with us live, let me know that you're here. Or if you come back later on the replay, give me a hashtag replay just to let you know these videos are going to be available for you to watch on replay until next Tuesday. So you've got plenty of time. If you can't sit in with the live, totally understand. But let's make today something that's special and is focused on you generating results for your business. Now, for so many of us, we get into these really fancy things when it comes to promoting our business. But for today, I want us to really step back and take a little travel back to the basics so that we can really become focused on building a strong foundation to be successful in eliminating a lot of unnecessary work, eliminating dread and stress and all those things that often come with running a business. So today is really about reality checks. We're going to talk a little bit about strategic planning in a basic 101 level. And I want to share with you some actionable insights that you can start right now today while we're even live. You can jump into it. But to make the most of this whole experience, I know it's a really loud world out there, but if you can turn off your phones for a little bit, maybe shut off your other browsers, and just give me the next 45 minutes of your time, and we'll create a moment that can have a huge impact on your business. But I need your attention just for a little bit. So if you have not registered for VIP, you can still do that. You can see it at the top of the screen. Go to elizabethmorosco.com/go-VIP-bootcamp, and you can get set up so you can have nonstop access to replays of these videos. Plus, each day at 6 p.m., we will be doing a bonus hour Zoom session. So if you have specific questions, you're going to have a chance to talk right to me and get those answered. And also, VIP, I did set up a small group of us in Facebook with a direct message. It does have the Zoom link. Also, earlier today, I emailed you the Zoom link for our session at 6 p.m. If you didn't get that, just send me a direct message. I'll make sure that you get hooked up. But, let's make the most of this hour that we have. So today is going to be fun. But for the next 3 days, we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we're going to dig into some content it's going to shift some of your thinking, maybe dust off some cobwebs, revisit some old things, and put it in a new way so that your business can really flourish. I'm also going to have a couple of special software labs to show you some of the software that I'll be talking about over the next 3 days. I wanted to make sure that this challenge didn't turn into a bunch of software demos. So Friday, Saturday, I'm going to have some special labs. If you're interested, just let me know. There's going to be sign up required so I can give you the links and all that good stuff. But I've got something big for you guys today. Something good for you. So if you participate today At the end of this session, we're going to do this little exercise, and it's going to qualify you to win something super cool so you can get on track with your marketing message and strategy. We are going to give away a free AI marketing campaign packet, and this is loaded. Lots of goodies. It's going to include promotional email sequence, different tweet ideas, Facebook video ads, like the text that you would need for that, 3 blog posts, including templates so that you can adjust it to your own means, text for your Google ads, and also nurture email sequence. We're going to be talking about a lot of these things over the next couple of days, but also even the text. Imagine having all the text for your next funnel written out for your landing page. Also, press releases, a customer email sequence, podcast script, TikTok script, LinkedIn post, and YouTube in-stream ad. So one of you is going to win this, and I'm going to show you how when we get a little bit further into today's session. So who is ready to get some good content to help you scale your business? If you're ready, drop me a 1. Let me know. Yeah, I'm ready. I like making money. It's so much fun. And you know what? It doesn't have to be stressful, but part of this is about, do we have the right tools? And we're going to be talking about that today. We're digging in. So I want us to make sure that each day you get an idea of what you're going to learn here. And, we'll wrap it up. And I'm going to remind you the things you learn, because sometimes we get these little nuggets and we don't realize because it's buried in with all the other stuff. So after today, you should walk away with a little bit more clarity on your mission for your business, of what it is that you're trying to do. And we're also going to address 4 common roadblocks that are a killer for any business. And I don't mean killer in a good way, like put you down, done. Also, I've got a couple of really simple power hacks that can have leads coming to your business before you even start. Imagine that, before you even launch a website. I'm going to show you how to do that. And today, at the end of the day, if you stick through the end of this, I'm going to show you how we can create a very short and simple success roadmap for your business. So does that sound good? All right. Well, let's dig in. Let's dig in here. All right. So for starters, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Elizabeth Morosco. I own an agency in Michigan called Brady Events and Marketing. I've been in business for 17 years, and I'm going to share a lot of the great things I've done, but my biggest blessing throughout my life are my 2 sons, Guido and Antonio. And in this picture, they're just little hip huggers, but now they literally tower over me. They're well into their college years, but they were a big reason why I did everything with my business, including times that I had to adapt and adjust. I wanted to be able to be a good mom. I wanted to provide for my kids, just like many parents out there. You want to be able to provide a good life for your family. And my agency gave me so many opportunities to expand and grow and learn. I've produced bridal shows. I've produced trade shows. I had one bridal show in Michigan. We gave away a wedding worth $40,000. And another time I will share with you how I received $40,000 worth of advertising for $0. I'll share that with you on another episode. But my agency actually started scaling fast. I was doing regular segments on ABC 12 in the morning, including talking about events and different things of making life exciting. We had an entertainment arm of our agency who did aerial performance, acrobats, a lot of the exotic type of entertainment you'd see at corporate events or trade shows. So we had quite an amazing run. I've done events for NFL players. I've done events for the Red Wings. I've produced many, many corporate events. I produced Chevy's 100th anniversary and private events, all sorts of things. Lots of nonprofit work for like Hurley Medical Center, Children's Miracle Network, United Way. And part of that is because I'm passionate about supporting my community. And when you own your own business, you're going to find things that you love, that you're in a position to be able to make a positive impact. So being an entrepreneur can have a lot of ups and downs. Part of it is being willing to shift. And at one point, we shifted. We were producing a magazine called Kudos Magazine, focused on healthy, happy living. And it was an incredible opportunity that ended up leading to me getting into podcasting and videoing, and then eventually live streaming events like what we're doing right here. But it's all been a series of mixing life, real life, with running a business. And sometimes there's hard times that happen in real life. But we've got to be willing to take these baby steps towards our success, even during the hard times. And those little things can make an impact on other people in extraordinary ways. But as we're coming through this phase of having this dream of what we want to do, while we're dreaming, we also have to do a reality check. And sometimes this can come, through different beautiful lessons and sometimes hard lessons. And recently, my mom passed away this spring. And I had been a caregiver before, and it was not an easy task. That was for when my husband got sick, and he did eventually pass away. And then my mom was my mentor. She was a lot of inspiration, and she was a motivator. The one thing I really loved about her, a lot of things, but she was a truth teller. She didn't say things to tickle your ears, to make you go down a path that was maybe wasteful. She'd say it exactly like it was. And it can create a moment for you to really pause and look at things. But when she got sick, I had to take a little bit of time off. So this is my first live challenge I've done since basically December, January. So during that time, I had a chance to pause and reflect on life and sort of where I'm at with my agency. And one of the things that I started realizing is I made a transition from offline, owning my business, to online, even with my background of being an experienced entrepreneur. And I have, a bachelor's in business for marketing and management. I attended to get my master's of science in organizational behavior. But when I switched to this online world, there were so many ideas and people telling me how to do it or sharing their opinion of how to do it. I got caught in the monotony of existing with the flow, and that's not a good thing, especially when you're doing business activity online to generate sales. You can get caught into a win world of taking classes, but never implementing, buying software, and not knowing how to use it, which can become a great big waste of time and money. And we know time does actually equate to money, and you can never get it back. So after taking this time off, I really paused and I started looking at what were some of the things that I was doing offline that I stopped doing. What were some of the things that allowed me to generate multiple six figures from one client offline before I was even online? And it kind of smacked me in the face like a wet fish, that sometimes some of these promos and things that we have going through our news feed, it can feel like a late night session of infomercials and getting that wheel spinning of I've got to have this. That's not what I want to do for this next 3 days with you. At the end of the 3 days, I am going to show you a way that you can level up and work with me. But this whole thing is about you taking a minute, shaking off all the stuff that you have attached in your head or into your agenda that you might not need, right? Life is short. It's a cliche, but it's true. So we've got to make sure the time that we have here, we're optimizing it. And today I'm going to share some of these little epiphanies, and I really hope that they do help you. If you are getting something out of this little thing, I'd really love it if you did share this video with a friend. Let them know, help them get the insight. But these are two things that I see a lot of entrepreneurs, including myself, that are guilty of doing. Number one is duct taping a bunch of strategies or software or pieces together and saying, look, it's a duck, it doesn't sink. Well, it's a really beat up duck, right? So trying to batch things together that don't fit can become disastrous and ugly. We want to avoid that. The other thing is, do you remember, I don't know if you guys did this when it was like Halloween time and they do the trick or treat. One of my old friends, her mom used to do this every single Halloween. Take a big jar and she'd fill it with change and you put your hand in there, but grabbing all the change, but there was so much you couldn't pull your hand out, so you'd have to let go of some of the change so you could get your hand out of the jar. And sometimes we do that as entrepreneurs. We dig in there into that business model. I'm going to take it all. Well, you know what? You can't. You can't. And then your hand gets stuck. Well, we want to avoid that with your business. So today we'll dig in and talk a little bit about stepping away from buying the dream before you have even defined what your dream is. And I see this so much. And in fact, I'm going to tell you, I was guilty of this. It was so bad. Oh, it was bad. Nothing good about it. I had used, I think it was WordPress for a long time. And then I got sucked up into the hype of, it was ClickFunnels, and it was great software. Don't get me wrong. But I bought it before I was ready. Even though I knew what my business was doing and I knew what was going on, that strategy for online was significantly different than offline. And I needed to make adjustments in the way that I was thinking and the way that I was operating for this specific thing. So for a very long time, and I used it, I was doing my, lead magnet, and I was getting some leads and stuff like that. It was great, but I wasn't utilizing it to the best of my ability. I actually even went and I hired somebody who built a funnel, and it was really ugly and it was horrible and it cost me a lot of money. And I went back and forth like that for a long time. But when you're looking at like the beginning fee, $99 or $199 a month, and you're not using it, it's not good. And I know many of you have gone through that. Now, if you've gone through that, give me a 1. Drop me a 1. Let me know. Yep, I've been there. I've done it. Most of us have. And that's all right, because we're going to learn how to be more efficient with our time and our money, because I want you to succeed this year. I don't want you to just buy another product and it sits there doing nothing for you. It would be like this. Could you imagine if somebody said, I've got this beautiful engine for you. It's got a Hemi. It's an 8V. It's loaded. It's brand new. It's got no miles on it. Shiny. But you don't have a car to put it in. Like, why the heck would you buy the engine if you don't have the car to put it in? It might be a beautiful engine. It might be the best engine in the whole world. But if you don't have a car to put it in, it's a waste of money. And it's just not smart. But we do this every time, whether it's with software, memberships, even staff that you're hiring, and even worse, your own time. Why aren't you valuing your time? If you had to pay yourself an hourly rate, like an employee, would you treat your time with a little bit more respect? Maybe. But so often, we go for that engine and we don't have the vehicle to put it in. And we need to stop that. Unless this is a hobby for you. And if it's a hobby for you, that's okay. That's okay. My business started off kind of as a hobby, like on the side. And then it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew. And then as it grew, and especially when it was, I need this to provide for my family. My husband is sick. He's dying, and his business has to get closed down. I had to move very quickly into, this needs to be worth my time. Otherwise, I've got to go back to corporate, right? So I made a decision. I'm going to treat this like a full-time job. But a lot of people get caught in that rut of trying to act like they're an entrepreneur, but it's really just kind of a hobby. They don't want to invest money in it. Oh, I don't want to spend $10 on that. Too much money. It's a hobby. Oh, I can't hire somebody. It's a hobby. It's a hobby, and that's okay. But it can become a very expensive hobby. So we're going to do a reality check. I'd love to know from you right now. Tell me. Is this a full-time job for you, part-time, or is this a hobby? So is it a gig, a hustle, or a hobby? Let me know in the comments. Which one is it? For me, this is my full-time gig. I've got many versions of what I'm doing, as an entrepreneur, but full-time, I work for myself. So feast or famine, baby, right? So you've got to do things to keep that momentum going for yourself and for the marketplace to hear you. So I see full-time, see another full-time, part-time. That's all right. Part-time, that's all I got. That is awesome. The gift is you knowing what it is. Because if you're trying to treat it like it's full-time and it's not, that's when you're lying to yourself. So I'm super proud of you realizing, hey, this is my part-time gig and I can move on, try some other things. So moving on really quick. So what we're going to talk about is designing a plan and a roadmap so that you can get to your destination, whether this is in terms of the software you use, the memberships you're joining, the staff you hire, or your time, because all of those are valuable and all of those can be very expensive. But there are 4 main or really big roadblocks that I see over and over and over and over again. You want to know what they are? You want to know how you can avoid this rut? I'm going to tell you how to. So starting from scratch, thinking you're going to start all over. Got to invent the whole thing all over again, whether it's your website, your funnel, or an event that you're doing, or fill in the blank. You don't have to start from scratch. There's a lot of things, and I'm going to show you a power hack in a minute, that can allow you to not reinvent the wheel. Also, obsessing over insignificant details. Are you taking a long time thinking about something that's really not going to impact the bottom line? Got to quit that. That's just your mind playing games on you, and we've got to train your brain. The other one is trying to do it all, or investing time or money in your business before you're ready. Who's been guilty of any of those? Have you? I want to know, which one do you struggle with most? Is it starting from scratch, obsessing over insignificant details, trying to do it all, or investing your time and money too soon? Which one is it? Because it might be all 4 of them. And it's okay. I have moments where I have to pull myself back to reality. But you know what? It's okay, because this is part of the excitement about entrepreneurs, is we get to explore, but we've got to pull ourselves back in so that our time and our money are well invested. So what do we have? I'm so bad with obsessing. I was 3 until I met you. Aw, well, I'm glad I helped. And I want to see if I can get, I think this is the link for eCam. .com. I think it's ecam.com/connect. And I think if you click on that link, I'll be able to see your profile picture. You have to give Facebook permission. And then somebody wrote, all of the above. Yeah. I've had moments, and it can be really stressful when that happens. So we want to avoid some of those pitfalls. And I'm going to start with number 1. Starting from scratch. Like, why would we start from scratch when there's already something that exists? It's kind of like you're chopping the wood. You've got a horse there, and instead of having the horse carry it, you say, nah, I'm going to carry it myself. Quit doing that. There's building blocks that people already have in place where you can take some of this and utilize it for your business. And it could even be things you've already created that you just archived it way too soon. So we're going to change that, because there's a hard way to work, and then there's a smart way to work. I want to work smarter. I'm getting older. I don't want to keep working hard unnecessarily. I'm too tired for that. Who can give me a hey? It's a waste, right? So utilizing technology in the right way can help us, but we've got to get very crystal clear on where we're going here, you guys, because the masses, especially with what's getting ready to happen with AI, they're all going in one direction. And what I want to say to you for the next 5 minutes, really give me your attention really close, okay, you guys, because I'm about to show you two things that are unconventional of anything that you're hearing online coaches tell you, okay? So a lot of times everyone gets into this obsessive moment of doing everything online. They start repeating the same process that everybody's doing, and they stop using critical thinking. They don't use daily research. They just go with the pack. Ooh, let me do what everybody's telling me to do. Blah. Not a good way to live life and not a good way to live your business. Finding your little spot, this is your secret. Finding your little spot with things that are already existing in the marketplace can help you make some power moves. And we're going to talk about this. This is really simple, but really powerful. So if you want to say no to scratch and fast track hack, if you want a fast track hack, let me know. Because I'm going to show you something that is so simple that many people overlook that can have traffic coming to you on autopilot before you even start. And it's simply this: purchasing an existing domain name that already has traffic going to it. Now, I know you can find some of them where they're selling websites for $10,000, unless you're a really big fish. That's not what I'm talking about. It could be as simple as $69 or $100 and some dollars. And why would this be worth it? Because some of these websites have already started doing keyword SEO optimization, and they already have traffic coming in naturally to that website. There are little pieces of free software you can use out there. Enter a website, and you can find out what are all the keywords that are driving people to that specific website. So let's say you were doing auto car detailing, and then you find a website that's similar and it already has a bunch of matches. Instead of just paying the, $10 at GoDaddy for a domain name and then having to build up all that energy and getting traffic to your site, take a step back and say, they already built the road over there. Why don't I just use that road instead of trying to repave another road, right? Does that make sense? All right. It only takes a little while. Start doing some research on websites. And even if you have, like, for instance, I have multiple websites, but let's say that you already have a company called ABC Company, and you're going to start a promotion that's on auto car detailing. You go find what's a website that's already ranking that has a domain for sale. It might be called Auto Car and Shine. Well, you get that website, Auto Car and Shine. You can build off of it with your blogs and stuff like that, but you can also forward that domain to your main hub of where you already have. So it's not like you're throwing stuff away. You're working smarter. You don't want to build the road, do you? If somebody already paved it, wouldn't you take that one versus the dirt road with the holes in it? I'm going to take the paved road, especially after I wash my car, all right? All right, let's do it. Okay, so let's move in. Let's move into the next one. Okay, this is a powerhouse one right here, you guys. But you got to come at this with an open mind. Right now, there are over 2 million businesses for sale in the United States, small businesses for sale. More than 75% of these businesses are going to close because the owners are baby boomers. They're retiring. They're passing away. They're saying, I don't want to do it no more. 75% of those businesses are going to close and not sell. Think about that. Now, this is where you guys start using some critical thinking. Okay, baby boomers, closing, business is still needed. So what about taking an approach of finding businesses that correlate with what you're doing? Go back, add the systems, add the technology, all this cool stuff that you're learning online, infuse it into these offline businesses, infuse the technology there, but then take that business and also bring it online. This is a powerful thing. Now, tonight, like this one, I want you to sit back, Google small businesses for sale, and then name the list of your country. It's going to be different for, different countries, I'm sure, but it's still the same premise. There's going to be people selling their businesses. It's happening. And in fact, I'm going to tell you, I have a friend who is a multi-millionaire who did this strategy. This isn't somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. This is actually one of my best friends, one of my closest friends. And how did he do it? He went in and he was buying businesses that were failing, flipping it, bringing in technology and new processes to make it profitable, and then selling the business. This is Business 101. That isn't just the abridged version of only think digital. Digital is freaking awesome. I love it. But so many people are just doing, let me take another class. Let me learn this stuff. Take another class. And they're not thinking strategically. I want you to pause and say, what do I want out of my business? Are there businesses offline that could correlate with where I'm going? And if so, what moves do I need to make? So Jacqueline said, yes, we want to work smarter. I'm so glad. I knew you're cute, but you're cute and smart too, right? Yes, it does help when you work a little smarter. And Facebook user genius. Well, thank you. This one says, there have been so many great businesses that closed in my small town in the past few years and nobody wants to buy them. Yeah, that is happening with a lot of businesses, and especially since the lockdowns. Middle-class America took a big beating, but some of them are retiring too, where they're saying, I just don't want to do it again. There's so many different kinds of business models you could get into. Restaurants are something that a lot of people are like, I have a dream of owning a restaurant. They have one of the biggest failure rates. I think restaurants have, it's like a 55% chance of survival, so that would be a hard one. But if you were looking at, like, let's say that you're doing makeup tutorials online and you're selling all this affiliate stuff. Well, start looking around. In fact, I just found it was a nail eyelash business that was for sale. It's not my niche, so I'm not doing it, but down in Oakland County. It was actually pretty reasonably priced. Now, it would be smart to go back to them and say, let's work out a deal. You're plugging it online and in person. This is how you start building powerhouses or empires. So I really want to plead with you, while you're in the excitement of digital marketing, and tomorrow I'm going to show you some really cool stuff, but while we're here, I want you to start looking at your business seriously. Stop eating the hype. Stop eating the malarkey that's not going to help you pay the bills or grow your business or help your community in a great way. Let's find ways to be fruitful in all the things that we're touching. And I know when you do this new perspective, you're going to start seeing other things that you didn't think of. And that's what this exercise is about. It's about, I need more than just the little crumbs I'm getting online. All right, so moving on, because we're not going to obsess with insignificant details. Why? Because your time is money and you got to stop wasting it. I have seen this so many times where somebody will get caught up on one thing. It could be a title of a video, or, what's my logo, or what's my thumbnail, and they'll spend a day, a week, a month on it. 6 months, they're still working on it. Quit. Money loves speed. Success loves speed. You got to be smart about it, but you got to make action steps. Not just, I'm going to dream about it. Well, I like it to dream too. If I was your fairy godmother, I'd just wave a little wand. But that's not reality. We've got to get serious so that you can build your business and have the resilience to keep going. And this is one of those things. This is so important right here, you guys. So important. Is you've got to understand with business, there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs. But you've got to know what's important and what you need to take for your journey. You don't want to stuff your suitcase with winter clothes if you're going on a tropical vacation. It wouldn't make sense, right? So today, that's one of the things I want you to focus on is being serious about what's important so that you have the energy and the stamina to be able to step into resilience when hard times come, because they will come. All right, now I'm going to be petty. Can I be petty with you? It's okay if I'm petty. Just for a minute. Okay, so often we get stuck into these details. We got a lot of these people out here that will look at one typo you make and they'll start making comments to point it out. I often wonder, like, why don't you have more time to do something else? So this was from Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi. I love them. Great guys. But check that out. The upper part. What did he do? Oh my gosh, the world's ending. He had a typo. Whoa, But you want to know it's okay. He had a typo. And these are the guys that are like the leader in the industry. It's okay to be human. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay. So if something slips by you, just realize these guys probably have 20 people working for them and they hit a typo. And it happens. So quit beating yourself up. The other thing, this goes back to the hand in the cookie jar or the hand in the change jar. This is one of the other roadblocks is trying to do it all. I know you're super cool. I know you're badass. I do. I know you got superpowers and you're like audience cheering you. But the truth is, you're still just one human being. So you can only pick one thing at a time. You can't do it all at once. And this even includes like too many opportunities that come up, too many shiny objects that you see. And when we keep trying to stick our hand in that jar and pull them all out, what happens? Your hand keeps getting stuck in the jar. So we want to be very strategic. And especially if you're a small agency or a solopreneur, you're just one person or maybe you got a couple people working for you. We want to be efficient in the way that you're spending your time and your focus. So if you are going back to the auto detailing, you're selling auto detailing and you're on this mission and you want to take it up, before you launch, you don't say, oh, nope, I'm not going to do auto detailing. I'm going to talk about carbon fuels and electric vehicles, and those might be sub categories for what you're doing. But as you're starting, you have to have all wheels on deck so you can have full momentum going. So start being mindful, one thing at a time. Avoid the shiny objects. And stop trying to wear every single freaking hat in your closet. They're all cute, but could you just pick one? Just one for a little bit. Because if you want to scale, you're going to have people that can help you. Whether it's with some administrative stuff or graphic design or editing your video. There are so many hours in the day. And you can teach yourself how to do some of these things and know it. But when you're really ready to fast track, you need extra hands. Could you imagine one of those little Italian ladies having a dinner for 100 people at her house and nobody helps prep anything or clean anything up? No, it's about teamwork. And your business is like a family. It's like a little baby. You gotta have people to help raise it up and grow it. All right, we're digging in. We're gonna start going a little fast here because we're running out of time, and I want to make sure that we do end on time today. We've got our VIP session immediately following this at 6 p.m. So this is something I see a lot, and it's so sad and it's so frustrating, and I've done this myself, is when we start investing in things that we're not prepared for. It's kind of like, the kid that puts on his mom's shoes, and, little girl's cruising around, she's got these high heels on, and her little feet are this big, but the shoe's this big. It's cute and it's adorable, but if you're trying to make money and you're just putting money out, it can be very stressful. So I want you to be prepared so that you don't fall into the money pit. And this was something I read in, I picked up a Martha Stewart book at the dollar store, years ago. And in one of the first chapters, she was talking about don't buy the truck before you have the business going. And she was specifically talking about how do you start up a business, like a landscape company. Before you have clients coming in or any gigs, you probably shouldn't go buy a new truck. Especially now, I think these trucks are running like $95,000, over $100,000 for some of them. I know. So you don't want to go buy the truck before you have the business going. So we want to focus on creating this plan so that you can prioritize what's important and not just go after whatever. We're not going after whatever. We're going to have a reality check. We're going to have a game plan. And this is the thing is, that loophole where you buy it too soon, and then let's say that you maybe didn't use it. It could be software, or it could be a course, or it could be a community or coaching or whatever, and then you don't use it. The problem is that ends up backfiring on you, because then you start planting seeds of doubt. Well, I didn't do it before, so I'm not going to do it again, and I just can't. It's self-defeating, and it's not going to serve you. So if that has happened to you in the past, I want you to scrape it off. It's a lesson learned, because from now on, you're going to start making purchases and making decisions based on where your business is at, realistically, in the real world, and where you want it to go, which is practical. Not, a lot of these people that are showing, and we've talked about this, like the great big Ferraris and the mansions, a lot of them are renting it. It's not real. It's an illusion. I'm showing you from like a real entrepreneur. Before it was cool, I was an entrepreneur. I'm showing you real life, what it's like, and not for the quick high of, oh, I got a quick win. I'd like you to be able to have a business that's sustainable 17 years later. I'm going on year 18 of owning my own agency. You can too, but you got to have some discipline. And you got to not beat yourself up when you didn't do something right the first time. We're going to change that today. So if you want to avoid some of these little pitfalls, drop me a 1. Let me know. No pitfalls. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of simple hacks. And this is about you creating something that's very simple. It's just a roadmap that's going to allow you to stay on track, to be successful. And in fact, this little part right here, we're just going to take 5 minutes here, okay? And I'm going to show you something that you can start using right away. Now, this is the exercise that you're going to need if you want to qualify for that free AI marketing campaign. You have to do this little exercise that we're going to do. Are you ready? Okay. If you can, grab a piece of paper and just draw a vertical line and a horizontal line that cross, okay? And we're going to fill in these details. If you want, you can do it right now. And if not, you can pause later on, go back, write this. But I want you to really put some thought into this, but I want you to keep it simple. We're not going to obsess over details, okay? Promise? No. Okay, so number 1, in the first column, I want you to put, what is your business or your project? What is the goal? What are you trying to accomplish? What do you want to give to your client? What is it? The next thing is the number 2 column. Who is this for? Some people keep calling it avatar, whatever. It's all right, you can call it avatar or your client or who I want to work with. Describe them. And I'd like you to do like 1 sentence to 2 sentences for each of these. Don't get carried away, but just take your time. And I really want you to think about it. Number 3, describe how your business or your project or your event, how it brings happiness. How is it going to bring happiness to that client? What joy will it bring? What's something that they want that they're going to feel good about, right? So that's number 3. Number 4, I can move over to that last column, and I want you to think about what pain points are you going to take away from that client. You could have a couple little bullet points for this, but keep it brief. We just want brief little sentence. What pain points will the client no longer experience? What will that feel like when that pain point is gone? All right. So I want you can take a screenshot of this, or you can just write it down on a piece of paper. It does not have to be fancy, but I want you to fill this out. Now, this is going to be our mini roadmap. All right. We're cutting all the fluff. We're cutting all the blah, blah, blah. And we're just going to focus on what's key. All right. So moving into this section is going to help you come up with some of the clarity and things that you need. So by filling in that little section right there, it's going to give you an idea of what your business is, what your client is, and, marketing wise, what are the selling points, not the benefits. So like in those two bottom columns, 3 and 4, don't talk about the benefits. Are, like, it's not a features and benefit. We want to talk about the emotional experience, like you're bringing happiness or you're taking away pain. All right. So take that, and then you can upload it into the business events and marketing group. If you need a link, let me know. I'll drop it. But drop it in the group, and then just do #roadmap. Tonight, I'm going to say, what is it? It's 5, 6. I'll say by midnight tonight, I'm going to pick one of the people who do drop it. If you drop it in there, I'll pick one of them. And then I'm going to run that through AI system. And all of these little goodies, is it this one? All of these little goodies, email sequence, tweets, Facebook ad script, blog post, Google ad, nurture email, funnel page, all your content for your website funnel page, the landing page, press releases, your customer email sequence, podcast script, TikTok script, LinkedIn posts, YouTube, Instagram ad. I'm going to give that to you for free. For free. And this literally normally would take, I don't know, weeks, months to create. You're going to get it for free. And it's going to be a mini version of it. So if you're interested in winning that AI campaign, give me an AI in the comments. Let me know that you want it. And we will make that a reality. All right, so moving on real quick, you guys. Today, the whole point was to help you get a little bit of clarity on your mission, help you identify 4 very common roadblocks that many entrepreneurs face, and also a couple power hacks on how you can look at your business in a new way to already have traffic coming in. A lot of people aren't talking about that online, but you know. So go do your little ninja skills tonight. Do some research and find out. And then the last thing that we just did was we started our mini success roadmap. So I want to say high five. Congratulations to you. You freaking rock. In 45 minutes, we accomplished 4 pieces of content that can have a huge impact on your business. But the question is what are you going to do with it? Are you going to sit there and just daydream about it? Or are you possibly ready to take it to the next level? So tomorrow, 5 p.m., it's going to be an absolute blast. I'm going to be talking to you about some powerhouse moves that you can make that will bring so much prosperity, bring so much time back into your calendar instead of wasting it away. We're gonna focus on AI, but we're gonna do it in a little bit of a different way, you guys, because right now the masses are hitting AI, but they're not doing it in a strategic way. They're doing bulk content. We're not doing that. We're gonna focus on building communities. We're gonna move away from chasing vanity numbers. I want to show you how to connect with smaller group of people who are truly interested in what you have to offer. We're also going to harness AI to reduce your workload, create personal connections, and all of that will happen in the next session. If you have not registered, you can still go over to elizabethmorosco.com/summer. You want to get on there because I am going to be sending some little bonus goods to the people that are on that sign up list, so don't miss out. Wouldn't want you to miss out. I have a little bit of fun. But that's about all that I have for you today, you guys. I am so grateful for all of you who came and showed up with me live. And for those of you that come on the replay, thank you. I appreciate your time today. Your time is one of your most precious assets, and you shared part of that with me today. So I do feel really incredibly blessed. But from now on, let's take the rest of what we have for 2023. We have 6 months left, you guys. It's going to go by wicked fast. But I know if you have the right tools and you actually start to say, wait a minute, it's time for me to really know what I'm doing with these tools because I'm following my roadmap, I believe that you're going to have more peace and prosperity coming your way. And that would give me a lot of joy. All right, you guys, in the meantime, be good, be happy, VIP, I'll see you in Zoom at 6 o'clock. And you guys, be blessed. We'll see ya. Bye.
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot.